Welcome back to Cabin Maker. Today, we follow Marc and Elena on their journey of framing and meep rough in installation for their self-built two-story cabin facing a harsh transitional suburban climate. From scorching summer heat to freezing blizzards, they must carefully calculate the OSB floor system loads, ensure the proper slope of the waste pipes, and established a fully airtight and waterproof building envelope. Let's get started. Marc uses a drill to bore utility holes in the dark plywood panel, and a circular saw to precisely cut the load, bury wooden floor joists, before laying down an HDPE waterproofing membrane to completely prevent moisture from the loose garden soil from seeping up into the floor structure. The builder threads the gray plastic or piping apart through the pre-drilled joist holes, carefully using a spirit level to set the standard slope, ensuring a smooth gravity flow and preventing any risk of future subfloor clogging or leaks. Uses an impact driver to secure the load, bury wood blocking to firmly position the pipes, then connects the gray branch line to the main orange drain pipe to complete the cabin's entire underfloor drainage system. The crew uses a tape measure and a miter saw to precisely cut the common joists, then uses a hammer to nail the timber framing system tight together to optimize the distribution of the floor's dead load. Marc uses an electric power planer to level the top of the joists, then installs structural OSB sheathing over the floor framing, while stapling down a moisture barrier and laying glass wool insulation to establish optimal thermal protection for the cabin subfloor. The two builders work together to raise the vertical wall framing on the wooden subfloor. Use a power drill to fasten the top plates, securely locking the comprehensive load. Bury frame for the first floor. adjust the wooden diagonal bracing to lock the wall frame square. Then, use impact driver to fasten the connector plates to the rim joists, ensuring the entire wall structure resists twisting and racking under high winds. Standing on scaffolding, the builder positions and aligns the ceiling joists parallel to the wall frames, securing the joist ends in the S-shaped hingers of the main beam to create a stable, load-bearing platform for the loft floor. Mark used a tape measure to precisely measure the cut angles of the roof rafters. Then use a hammer to secure the N-shaped steel angle brackets to the load-bearing purlins. Evenly distributed the roof load down to the lower wall frames. Elena helps lift the large OSB panels on the rafters, while Mark uses a cordless drill to screw them down, establishing a flat roof sheathing layer before using a wood router to cut mortise, and tenon joints on the load-bearing posts. The builder installs diagonal bracing to reinforce the exterior walls, and use a mini pole chainsaw to prune large overhanging branches. Eliminate the risk of falling limbs damaging the roof structure during storms. The builder uses a pneumatic stapler to secure the specialized Corotop waterproofing membrane onto the timber frame, then drills through the studs to route white water pipes, protecting the wood core from household vapor penetration. protective masks, the crew tightly packs mineral wool insulation bats into the wall cavities. Then wraps the gray Corotop windproof membrane around the house frame to prevent heat loss during freezing winter months. Kneeling on the roof, Marc unrolls fire-resistant brown mineral wool insulation, then rolls out a green waterproofing membrane over it to create a barrier against rainwater leaking into the loft living space. The two builders skillfully lay OSB boards over the waterproof membrane. Use a handheld circular saw to trim excess edges for a straight line, preparing for the installation of the purlin system and the sturdy sloped rafter joints at the roof ridge. uses specialized black seam tape to seal the green waterproofing membrane joints, while Elena assists in laying a gray vapor barrier on the floor to optimize our tightness and prevent condensation inside the structure. Climbing an aluminum ladder, the builder installs dark brown metal roofing panels, then use an angle grinder to trim the metal, flashing amidst bright sparks, ensuring structural resilience against heavy winter snow loads. Staples the black Corotop vapor barrier to the interior walls, then works with Marc to fit the white PVC window frame, and injects expanding polyurethane foam to seal all gaps, ensuring absolute acoustic insulation, and draft proofing. The crew digs footing pits in the crawl space, uses a spirit level for alignment, pours concrete, and builds solid load. Bury red brick piers as auxiliary supports to prevent foundation settlement in the loose garden soil during the wet, rainy season. Marc uses an airless paint sprayer to evenly apply a dark brown protective stain on the wood planks. Then carefully measures the exterior corners to cut the cladding boards with a miter saw, extending the wood's lifespan against UV rays and persistent acid rain. The builder installs an insect mesh at the base of the wall and uses a wire cup brush attachment on an angle grinder to clean and deeply texture the wood grain before fastening the vertical cladding boards to give the cabin facade a refined, hand-crafted aesthetic. Elena masks off the large glass window panes with protective tarps before Marc uses an airless sprayer to coat the entire exterior wood cladding with a dark brown protective oil-based stain, creating an optimal waterproof barrier to withstand harsh seasonal weather. As winter sets in, Marc sweeps frozen snow off the metal roof, then proceeds to install transparent polycarbonate roofing panels for the porch using a cordless drill, keeping the entryway dry while maximizing natural light.